Oh yeah, I'm looking at it from a side angle so you can't read it.
Love.
Oh, you made him mad again.
Innovative queen. Yeah. I like it when he vibrates.
Listen, we're trying to record a podcast here right now and you're really fucking it up.
Your vibrating adds a certain je ne sais quoi.
I might have to kill him.
No! I'll say, look, I'll move him further away.
Oh, it's raining.
He's good. He's a baby. He's sweet.
He's just a baby.
You don't get him.
Should we group
is
together
he hurting
in the podcast
it's raining?
room?
Oh, he is hurting because it's raining. No, we gotta
put him under the
cover
tree?
him. We gotta cover him. If you get in there, he's gonna hurt you.
Push him under the tree. Oh.
No.
Not him dropping the gravel.
Oh my god, he literally melted.
Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. We've just witnessed a murder. We need to put up an epitaph. Here who lies.
Can I put some beef on it?
The angriest man. Of course you can.
Poe, can you do the intro? Because I feel like you're good at them.
Yeah, hold on. I got pizza in my mouth. Let me finish chewing real quick.
You got pee in your mouth?
I do have pee in my mouth, yeah.
And you didn't invite me?
I'm sorry.
Next time?
I get nervous. Sometimes I wonder if I'm a bother when I ask you to come and enjoy some pee in your mouth.
Baby, it is never a bother when you ask me to come. Don't you ever think that.
Alrighty. Hey, y'all. Welcome back. We are the Haguettes, and this is episode 2 of our podcast. Thank you for joining us. How are we, y'all? My name is Poe, your pink Haguette.
My name is that boy that you knew in middle school that hasn't quite realized that he's not the only person in the known universe yet, and everybody has thoughts and feelings, but he hasn't smoked weed yet, so he hasn't had that epiphany. Katya.
Because I was going to do the same thing. and I'm Cindy Lauper.
Hey.
How have you guys been? How's your week been? I thought we'd go one by one.
My week has been good. So last week I did my 2-year anniversary subathon for streaming, and it was a lot in 6 days. I streamed 69 hours. Had a bunch of really long days back to back. But then I've been taking a couple days off to relax and recover, which has been really nice. I needed it. I even got outside of the house.
I know.
I'm better now. I'm feeling, I need to edit.
Fresh.
Yeah. Feeling feeling refreshed. And I even went outside yesterday, so that was big.
Big for us. This could be really huge for us.
Yeah.
How's your week, Juno?
My week. Yeah, I hate it. You know that thing about when you girl boss too hard and now you're really important at the workplace and now they ask you. That's literally me right now.
Too close to the sun.
Yeah, I girl bossed way too close to the sun. I think I'm doing 9 interviews this week.
Ew.
Yeah, on top of a lot of other stuff, and it's just like, do you know what? I will say, interviews. Never be scared of going to an interview because the person who's interviewing you does not care. I do like they do not care. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like it's not stress. It's as boring for them as it is stressful for you. If that makes sense.
Period.
Other than that, yeah, week was good. Had a really nice weekend. It was really sunny, so I did a lot of fun things and went out to the park and such. I will say I had an interaction that pissed me off. So my dog is a sweet, lovely angel. Love her.
Of course.
Basically, we were just chilling on a blanket together with a friend. She's chilling. Suddenly, I'm lying down. And suddenly, I hear this like noise, and then suddenly, my dog and this other dog are tumbling around, like a fucking, like Pink when she does.
Was it off leash?
Yeah, like that. Juno was off leash, but she was like next to me on the blanket. She wasn't running anywhere. She was just sat down. This dog like attacks Juno. Very proud of her though, because she did snap back and scared it away. Because normally she's very submissive and just lies down. This slag, who's the owner of this dog, is literally just like looking at me 6 feet away and goes, "Maisie, come here." No apology. No, like...
She named her dog Maisie.
Yeah.
What can we expect?
Nothing. No apology. No, like, sorry, my dog just literally attacked your dog. And I understood that. And I was like, really loudly, actually. I was like, oh, she's not going to apologize? And she just walked off.
Get her out.
So I hate inconsiderate dog owners. Inconsiderate dog owners piss me off so insanely. Like, people who are like, well, my dog's friendly. I don't want to put him on a leash.
Yeah.
And then, like, their dog, like, gets people fucking killed.
Yeah.
Ugh. And it's fucking Chihuahua, so they don't care.
I hope her hair falls out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should hex her, Diva.
We should. You can be my personal Etsy witch.
Yes! Hire me.
Luna, how was your week?
The Etsy witch of old. My week was okay. I had one of those weeks where I feel like I did so many things, but also like I've never existed a day in my life.
Yeah.
You know? I had a real busy week the other week. So the first episode we recorded was directly after I had a job interview. I hadn't slept properly for a week and it showed. So I've been recovering from that. And I've equally done nothing, but also everything.
I've done so much.
Containing multitudes, yes. But I mean, I'm alive.
I feel like
I'm here.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Also, I will say, Poe's so funny. Poe like messaged me a few days ago, being like, "I just feel really tired, and I'm so like, I just feel mad about everything." And I was like, "You just did a subathon. Have you rested properly?" She's like, "Yeah, I did for like a day." And I was like, So that's called burnout, Diva.
I was like, I hate this. I'm feeling so pissy and tired.
Yeah.
I've got no reason to.
Maybe it was streaming for 16 hours and then 12 hours the next day and then 8 hours the next day.
Wow, we made it.
Do that to a woman. We did it. You did.
You were right, because I really like underestimated how well.
So I made Poe's graphic for our subathon, and I was like, what numbers do you want to assign to like the things that we're offering as incentives? And we went up to 700, and I was like, Diva, are you sure? Because
700 was a stretch.
I feel like that is a stretch goal. I feel like you're gonna crush that in like a day or two, and you crushed it within what, like the first hour?
Yeah, within 9 hours. Yeah, like 7 hours. Well, I thought you were being nice. I was like, you're my friend, and like, of course, you're gonna like, so you're gonna think that, and you're gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna go great. What was that?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Oh.
Wow.
Right.
Well.
Creeper. We should genuinely watch the Minecraft movie.
No, I really want to watch it. I'm genuinely desperate to watch it. No one wants to watch it with me. Also, why are these zombies doing a conga? Are you seeing this?
I'm sleeping.
I'm sleeping in my bed without me. I'm looking through the fucking window, Diva. Where was my info? Oh my god, there are so many zombies.
Yeah, that's why I went to sleep. There were a lot of them.
Oh my god.
Oh, this child is attacking me. Oh, they're all after me. Fuck. Oh, there's
oh my
so
god,
many of them.
oh my god. Oh, this is not the place to be, Juno.
Ah!
Oh, my hero.
Oh, I'm so low.
There goes my hero.
I feel like I had so much more to talk about my week, but I've literally just like blanked on what I was gonna say. Like I thought about it so much, and then I just got here and I forgot everything that happened.
Oh,
to me.
Diva.
I got a new necklace pendant, and that feels big for me. I was excited about
Selenite?
that. Yeah, my selenite. She's so pretty.
Put her in your mouth. Let it dissolve. Cleansing from the inside out.
Yep. Suck on her a little bit. Who needs jewelry? It's kind of like a good shape to suck onto. Like it's that triangular like shape.
That
and the chain's long enough.
Reminiscent Barbie clothing.
The doctors are like the oral fixation in this one is strong.
One thing about me, I'm gonna put it in my mouth.
Yeah.
You wanna put them in your mouth, all down south.
What else? I had so much to talk about. It'll come back to me. I'm just like.
Oh, I also went to a protest, which I thought was really cool.
Yes.
Love.
Yeah. Also, yeah.
We're protesting.
We talk about your rest day being one day of rest and then you going to a literal protest. Like you're like, I was chilling
out. I'm just queening out with the girls at a protest.
The girls. Amber was joking about like a funny sign, like when making a sign for it would be something about like I'm agoraphobic and even I'm here.
Yeah. I'm stressed.
It was cool though. It was really cool. I think like I've been to protests before, but I protested in 2020, like back during a lot of the police brutality stuff was going on, the BLM protests and stuff, which was very different. One, like the police presence was like way stronger and way more aggressive. Like it was, and also like the crowd was. It was very much organized and like led by people my age or like around my age. You know, it was all younger people. It was really cool to see with this protest, like how many older folk like came out. Like the majority of the crowd, I promise you, was like probably about 50.
Love.
Like there was a bunch of, and I don't know, I think it's just really cool to see like the older generation also like getting involved in like
Hell
something
yeah.
like that, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. And there wasn't
So that
any,
was your
like, there was
rest
no
day?
police. Yeah, that was one of my rest days. There was no police presence at this one either. Like, it was,
Love. No bacon to be made today.
yeah, no bacon. Well, and like, I know, like, the good protest etiquette, I'm showing up in all black. All of my tattoos are covered. My face is covered. My hair is
No
pulled
discerning
back.
features. I'm wearing sneakers, ready to run.
And then there's like, and then I get there and there's like Mima on her Tivas, her shorts. You know?
Love. That's so cute.
Queen. Yeah. Oh, love.
I'm not a fan of those Tarifs.
Theresa May?
Tarifs, yeah.
What happened to Theresa May?
I think she's a scarecrow somewhere.
Better. Who is Theresa
In a field
May?
of wheat?
Do you know who Theresa May is?
Oh.
She was.
That's law.
Okay, so, you know how there was a point during, well, you probably don't know this, but basically in the UK, we had the Conservatives, who are essentially like kind of, I want to say softer Republicans, I guess, like the UK version of Republicans. They're like not
Republican light.
Yeah, literally, like, because in the UK, I feel like all of our politics are essentially American politics, just like quite watered down and less dramatic and less like guns, death, blazing. It's more just like let's starve the poor people kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So so basically what happened, lore-wise, I'll try and do a brief history, was that David Cameron, who won the election, that was when the Tories first came in, right? Because it was so long ago.
That was the split government with the Tories and the Lib Dems, right?
Yes, they had to. Yeah, that happened, but they were in charge essentially.
Yes.
David Cameron, he was like, let's do a referendum vote, and basically we're gonna, if I get in, we're gonna vote and see if we're gonna stay in the EU. So then he did that, and
Brexit means Brexit.
And everyone was like, "Oh, this will be funny if I leave the EU." And then no one expected that to actually happen. That actually did happen. We were like, "Fuck!" Oh, and then people were getting into it, being like, "I didn't think it would actually happen. I just thought it was funny."
I didn't think we were slash serious.
Yeah, literally. So then he was actually anti leaving the EU, but he promised to vote. He promised to do a vote. So then he was like, actually, after I've done this horrible thing and that's kind of fucked the country, I'm gonna leave. So see ya.
Yeah.
So then there was like a vote.
Yeah.
I'm about to cough 1 sec. Let me mute myself.
Of course.
And then Theresa, and then they had like a little in-party vote. No, got to vote. It was like an in-party thing. And then Theresa May got in. She became famous for having to do this really hard job of negotiating the EU referendum, in which there was a lot of memes about, like, I think at one point she was asked what's the naughtiest thing she's ever done, and she was like, one time I ran into a wheat field. Like, she was like,
one time I ran through a field of wheat in my youth.
Yeah, yeah, and she became famous as well
you
for
guys
like,
didn't tell me she was a bad girl like that.
oh yeah, diva behavior.
She's a bad bitch.
Right? Oh my god.
Can someone make that edit, please?
I love nasty women, let me just say.
She's also like a heinous person, like all of them are.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I support women's wrongs and women's rights, but even she doesn't make the cut, diva.
yeah, and she was also famous for like dancing really badly. And then after that, it was just like a smorgasbord of people getting voted in and leaving.
Her walking across the stage, I need to find you this and send it to
my
Bo.
god. No,
she genuinely looks like a cryptid being that's never used her legs before. Yeah. Like, she doesn't know what to do with her arms, her legs, nothing.
If we're going into
First day in this body.
We then had, was it Boris Johnson was after that, who was during COVID times. That was right? Yeah. He was, like, is famous for being like a literal clown. He has like multiple children with multiple women, like doesn't see them, like he's an awful person. He was mayor of London for a bit, horrendous person. He then...
See, and that's when it was funny.
Yeah,
there's like a famous gif of him with the fucking like the Union Jacks, or no, Union flags, isn't it?
Oh, he's on a ship. Is that when he's
on a zip line?
On a zip line, yeah, that was funny at the time.
And it's like, oh, he's just a joke of the UK, but then he became the Prime Minister, and it's like, oh, so he's actually inept, and he's a problem.
During his what's the term for the time he spent in as Prime Minister, they had multiple parties during COVID when lockdown was happening. And they were like laughing about everyone dying, basically, and it was just a fuck. Yeah, it was really bad.
They were issuing these alerts on TV: don't go outside, don't take unnecessary transportation.
They're all like in number 10 Downing Street,
in cahoots. in fucking, oh my God, in closets, shagging
I
each
think I remember.
other.
I was about to say, I remember, I think I hearing about this when they were like going to parties and shit. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Then after
Mhm.
I
that,
remember hearing something about this.
we had a vote for it then between two people, and then it was Liz Truss, who I will say objectively is fucking hilarious as a person.
This diva.
Like, she's the most uncomfortable person. She's like, it's like she was just born. Like, she's so uncomfortable in her own skin. She is hilarious. There's a really famous thing of her like talking to a crowd, and she was like, "We export 50% of our cheese. That is unacceptable," and no one laughs and no one says anything, and it's just like silence, and it's so uncomfortable. She was then in charge for all of, what was it, Luna? Maybe a month and a half? 2 months?
Yeah, it was a minuscule. She microdosed to stay in 10 Downing Street.
Oh yeah, there was actually a thing where someone bet that she wouldn't outlive a lettuce that they had, and it was like a timer.
Oh my God.
Where they had like a live, and the lettuce outlived her time as Prime Minister, and that's what she's now known for, and it's really embarrassing.
That's
Oh
crazy.
my God.
Yeah, so that was the history of the UK. We then had Richie Sunak, who was just the most boring person in the world, and just like, again, awful person.
Just a flaccid human being.
Yeah, very flaccid.
Very flaccid human being.
Anyway,
I like the word flaccid.
Me too.
It's a good word, dude.
It's a good one.
Love her.
I might name my child it, actually.
Oh, flaccid.
Princess Flaccid.
I think that's sweet. I think
Flassy
that's
for
sweet.
short.
Flaccid May. I love when names have like.
Aw.
I love. Maybe that's like the Southern in me, but I love the tradition of like name like two names. You know, like
A double
Daisy
barrel.
May. Yeah.
Oh, wait, are we saying Placid or
that
are we
is
saying
so
Flaccid
Southern.
with an F? Which one are we saying?
Flaccid
with an F.
Okay, I want to make sure. I want to make sure we're on the same page. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Flaccid May.
Yeah.
Love.
So yeah, that's the tea with the UK, and then now we have a Labour government, but they're like actually essentially just the same party now as the
Like Conservative Light.
Yeah, Conservative Light.
Yeah.
They're like, we love the people, and they're like, let's make them all sad and poor.
Let's make them all suffer.
We're gonna cut.
You know, you'll
disability
have like the
benefits.
price of eggs.
Yeah.
No, that's where the US is right now. We're not far behind. I
Oh,
fear.
hey, that's wrong.
As in the promises that were made are not being followed through with.
So I want to clarify. I was talking shit to the floor. I was designing, not to you.
Oh, love. Okay.
Oh, hey, that's wrong.
I would never speak to you in that tone, Luna. I was speaking to an inanimate object.
That's good to know. All I want is your approval.
Anyway, our subject matter for today is we want to talk about gaming as a whole and the experience of being a woman or queer in gaming, which I thought was an interesting topic.
So naturally, I opened by talking about Prime Minister.
Yes, we went
I'm
on a
sorry.
tangent.
I'm so sorry.
I just really wanted to go into the history.
We've opened.
I
Yeah,
just
we
wanted
wanted
to
to
know
talk
where
about
she
no
is.
gamer Boris Johnson.
Yeah.
Minecraft gamer.
He absolutely crushes it on Rocket League. in
And
his
the
downtime.
rivalry he has with,
Yeah.
with Lil Simsy.
That girl is my
God.
queen. I love Lil Simsy.
Shroom will send me a voice note and he'll be like, oh, sorry, he's like, sorry if you can hear Lil Simsy in the background. She's just gaming.
She's just in the next room.
Yeah.
I love that queen.
How do we want to start the conversation?
I think it would be cool to talk about each of our relationship with gaming and like kind of how we got into gaming.
Yeah.
You know,
Should we go in the same order? I think that could be fun.
those roots. I'm fine with that.
Sure.
Also, by the way, I want to say I've not done anything. I've literally just been walking around in loops of where we are. I've not actually done anything of use.
Oh, that's okay. I'm doing things actually, surprisingly.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I'm in the
Actually,
mine.
surprisingly.
Got my pickaxe
I will
swinging
not
from
be
side
there.
to side.
Okay, Poe,
Side to side.
Do not come.
Poe, tell us about your history of gaming. Like, how did you get into gaming?
So I have been gaming since just about I was old enough to be capable of gaming. I think the very first video games I started playing, I remember playing I think it was Ocarina of Time on the N64. My uncle had it, and I was probably like 2 or 3 the first time I played that. And also growing
Fucking
up, my
love
mom played
Zelda.
games, like computer games and stuff. Final Fantasy. She was really big into Final Fantasy, so I grew up watching my mom play video games,
This
and
diva.
kind of set that example. Yeah. And then when I was probably 4 or so, I got a GameCube, which like really opened my world.
Love
like,
the GameCube.
Love the GameCube.
The handle?
To this day,
Love.
Mario Sunshine.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's such a good controller. I love the GameCube controller too.
Mhm.
she's tripedal.
Yup. To this day, Super Mario Sunshine, one of my favorite games of all time, ever.
You must be
End
so
of story.
excited. I know
I'm
that
so excited.
we hate the Switch announcement, but
But
Super Mario Sunshine.
But they did put it on the Switch. Like they recently like remastered the I say recently, I think it was in like 2020. They remastered like Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy, and then Super Mario 3D All Stars or whatever.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. So I started with the GameCube, and then eventually I evolved into computer gaming. So again, through my mom, kind of like as that segue. My mom and I were always big Lord of the Rings fans, and there was an MMO that came out called Lord of the Rings Online, Lotro. And so my mom and I actually got to play the beta of that when I was like 7, which made I became super obsessed, became really big MMO gamer, super obsessed with Lord of the Rings, and I played it for years. Which
I didn't know you were an MMO girly. I can't believe I didn't know that.
Younger.
Me too, mama.
Yeah, see, it was Lord of the Rings Online, and then it was Rift, but I never got into any of the other ones really. If we're not counting Toontown.
Of course we're counting Toontown.
Because I was a slut for Toontown. I also there was a horse. There was a horse MMO that I got really into called Horse Isle. If you're listening and can you drop a comment and let me know that like this wasn't a fever dream that I hallucinated? Like, please, somebody remember Horse Isle. Please,
the community, please.
Where's my Horse Isle girlies? That's Horse Isle, ISLE. Like an island, but it's an isle. You guys remember it, right? It was a really good game.
It's just a collective fever dream for all the autistic girls.
The autistic horse girls.
Were you?
Love this.
Were you a horse girl?
Like in the poor girl kind of way. Like I love horses, but I wasn't like I didn't have money to actually have horses.
Oh wait, have you seen that
in the
thing?
Lower middle class kind of way?
What's that thing where it's like the person is like that fake horsing where it's like a sport where you have like a fake horse?
Yeah, hobby horsing.
Yeah, that's you.
Yes, I think I'd fuck up some hobby horsing, honestly.
Yeah, we should get into it. Should we do a group
trip? Could be big for us. Could be big.
This could be huge for us.
But yeah, so I kind of grew up gaming always, and then that just evolved. You know, I had a console. I started on with once we got past like the GameCube, I had an Xbox 360, and then eventually got a PS3, and then a PS4.
Oh, wig! You hopped from Xbox to PlayStation.
Straight
That's crazy.
To PlayStation. Damn. And I was always into games like Skyrim, Assassin's Creed, Dishonored, Oblivion. Which eventually and COD. Like I grew up playing COD, dude. Like on the Xbox 360.
Me too.
I was a huge COD girl.
I played COD once. Never played it again.
Yeah. Breaking barriers. You and me,
yeah. Women and male fields, right?
Smashing the patriarchy one lobby at a time.
One nasty, diabolical fucking bomb into
You
COD
wouldn't survive a COD lobby, bitch. I did, and I was 7, and I continued to into my 20s.
Literally. But yeah, so I think I fell out of COD. I got bored with COD after a couple years. Like I felt like it did generally tend to like be the same game being re-released, And also it was like expensive. And I was a low income kid. I couldn't afford every couple months to buy a fucking $60 game to get the same exact maps. But eventually I found my way into Overwatch and really fell in love with Overwatch. It became a game I've been playing Overwatch since December of 2016. So I didn't play it on launch, but I did play it very early on. And yeah, I've kind of remained in gaming spaces. Oh, this is
were you still on console at that point?
Yeah, so when I very first started Overwatch, I was playing on console. I started on console. I didn't switch to PC. I was actually, when I first started streaming, I love joking and like showing off my streaming setup and like encouraging people to stream and being like, you don't have to have it all. Like, please believe that when I first started streaming, I was streaming directly from the PlayStation functionality with streaming. No webcam, chat slide on the screen. Like my setup was so wonky. I didn't upgrade to PC until, I started streaming February of 2023. And I didn't upgrade to PC until February 2024.
Because you still play Mercy on a controller, right?
As of right now, yeah. I do that.
What did you find? Like, was it almost like a paradigm shift going from a controller to playing keyboard and mouse?
It was really difficult, and it felt vulnerable for a bit because like I was really like I took something that I was like, really
Real.
confident and really good at, and then
And you
all
were
of a sudden I was, like,
broadcasting it?
yeah, and all of
during
a
the
sudden I was like
transition?
really bad at it. Yeah. I think it was really, really rough and it sucked at first, but I do think there was like this weird point where like my brain made the connection. Like I played a certain number of games and it was just bad, bad, bad. And then it was like my brain, like it clicked and it made the connection and I wasn't good, but all of a sudden I was way more confident and like competent. And like
Neuron activation.
The neurons activated.
Did you find that you found you
Love.
could, because you're on mouse now, that you could like be more accurate or like have more precision on certain things?
I like the sensitivity. Like being able to, I found I didn't feel like it improved my aim much, but I did find like on Brig, for example, being able to like whip around in 360 with your shield, like
Yeah.
that quick was huge.
Oh, I saw
and
that
you couldn't
TikTok.
do that on
Huge
console.
for us.
Yeah.
Can I ask a really quick question?
Def-
Sorry, can I be
Yeah.
vulnerable? How do I, Luna? How do I die glass
course.
again? I've been
This
waiting
is
to
where we draw the
ask.
line of vulnerability.
I've been waiting for so long, so I was interested, but I need to know.
Oh, Diva, I'm sorry.
No,
Are
it's
you dying
fine.
pains or are you dying blog?
Blocks.
Okay, put them in a ring, the way that you would put them in a ring for a furnace, and then put the dye in the middle. Put the fries in the bag.
Right. Okay. Continue, Poe. Sorry.
I guess you don't really play hit scan,
think it's
right?
not.
So it wouldn't feel crazy
No,
different.
I
Well,
don't play
you don't
it.
play them that often anyway.
No, I don't play them often. I really like projectile. I don't know. I've
Me
always
too.
I
Mm.
I
Not a hit
lean
scan
towards
fan.
projectile. Yeah.
It's very satisfying. It's way more satisfying than hit scan, I think.
Yeah.
To hit a
Yeah, and I
projectile
think
well.
yeah, I think about that and I think in terms of projectile really hard rather than hit scan. So I try to lead my shots really hard, you know?
Love, yeah.
And then playing the hit scan and that's not that's not either.
Diva, it's those COD lobbies. They're coming back to you.
Yeah.
We're leading
Yeah.
shots.
Yeah.
Women in STEM.
Women in STEM. But I also tend to like, I don't know, I tend to like really enjoy a problem or like something that's a little more difficult, like playing a melee character in an FPS. Like the moment that Brig was announced, my obsession with Brig started just because I thought it was so fucking fascinating. I think Reinhardt's a cool concept, putting a melee character in a shooter game. Everyone has guns and you're here with a big ass hammer, you know? But then
you bought
to
a
take
shield
that
to a
formula,
gunfight?
yup.
Mm.
Then to take that formula and make them a support, like what you would associate a support doing, like hanging out back, like shooting your tank or like throwing your tank a healing orb, but you know, pissing on your tank, whatever.
Oh.
That would be my big fat ass.
That would be my big fat ass. I thought it was fascinating, the idea of like a melee support in a gun game.
I love how deeply you think about things because
Yeah.
that never even occurred to me. And you're right, that is an interesting formula. You're so wise and interesting, and I love listening to you talk. I could listen to you talk for the rest of my life.
What if I kissed you right on your mouth?
Can we
What
be
if
normal?
I ran, sprinted across the ocean?
Oh, so sorry. Speaking of normal, have
Juno,
you guys
this
seen
is
that
meant to be a
guy?
safe space.
Real quick,
Sorry.
we can edit this out. Have you guys seen that guy on y'all's TikTok page? And he just, all of his videos are him staring really intently into the camera. And he's like, what if somebody pushed me up against the counter and violated my asshole?
Oh,
What if somebody pushed me up against the counter and violate? And he just like repeats shit like that over and over. Have you seen him?
I think our For You pages are very different.
Yeah, same.
I've never seen that.
I've never. I think your For You page is what I imagine. Like, well, not imagine, but like what in my head, like a ketamine dream is like. Like, it's just.
And I like that. I also want anyone who's listening who's familiar with my my reposts on TikTok. I want you to know that the fucked up shit that I repost is me being like, there's for everything that I repost, there are probably 10 posts that I go, nah, that's too much. We won't repost that.
Pose repost and For You page is like when you have surgery and you wake up really slowly, like that kind of.
Anesthesia kills you in real life.
Yeah.
I love going through your reposts. They're so unhinged.
Yeah. I'm always like, oh, that's weird. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah.
I'm like, why is this on my For You page? It's
My
per
contribution.
reposted. Right. Love
I had
it,
one
babe.
of Lightning McQueen the other day wearing a ball gag, but I decided that was and it like his butt is really prominent. But I decided that one was too much.
That's where we draw the line.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of ball gags, Juno, how did you get into gaming?
Oh. Okay, right. So, actually, guys, do you mind if I pause the video real quick? I just want to make sure the audio is okay before I get into this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of
I'm
course.
paranoid. One sec. Hi everyone. So in terrible news, a small bee came into my home and stole my husband. And no, so what actually happened was basically, I was editing the footage from last week's podcast, and something fucked up. I don't know exactly what. Things were very confusing, never been done before.
Very confusing. We're all very confused. We've tried to retrieve it, but unfortunately it's lost its time.
Money, yeah.
So in a way that's never been done before, we're gonna give you what we've already got. We're gonna show you a little cold open and start something new.
You start to go Scandinavian towards the end.
I really start losing it.
You turn into Sven.
What is this glowing rock?
Oh. There's a ghast. And Juno's AFK. Oh my god. Oh my god. Juno.
What do we do?
Juno's gonna die.
What do we do?
Oh my god, Juno died. Oh my god.
What do we do? I don't see it.
Go back through the bottom. Go back through the bottom. Oh my god. Oh my god. No.
The portal is gone. Luna.
Was obsessed with Pokemon as a kid, like to the point of being mocked by my own teacher by it, which was weird. And yeah, just was like super obsessed with it, like played it every day pretty much, and to the point my mom was like, "It's getting weird." And yeah, and then from then, like, I didn't really game much as like an adult. I think I said before I had a really toxic ex-partner who was like, gaming's for losers, even though he was a loser.
And then we killed him with a gun.
Yes, for a really good reason. That is a joke. He's alive.
In Minecraft.
I'm pretty sure he works in a,
Pow.
I'm pretty sure he works in a prison in a village right now. Yeah.
Is he in the prison?
No.
We should have put him in the prison.
In an ironic twist of fate, he's actually like basically kind of a lesser therapist for his. I know, hilarious.
Oh.
Yeah. Right. I actually don't know the front.
Right.
I heard about that like 5 years ago. I have no idea now. Maybe he's dead.
Right.
Anyway.
No.
Anyway, what was I saying? And then yeah, so obsessed with Pokemon as a kid. Didn't really play it that much during my teen years. Then got really into Zelda. Like loved Twilight Princess. I think we spoke about that before. Obsessed with that game. Mario, like quite casual gaming. You know, Nintendo's like the casual gaming company.
You know how it be, yeah.
Yeah. Things like that. I think I said last time the most cruel thing my ex-partner ever did to me was flush my Pokemon games down the toilet, which was crazy.
Yes.
We did talk about that last time.
Insane. Yeah, we did.
Crazy
Because like I think that that's such an insane like extra level of vile, like destroying things, like toxic relationships, whatever. Like it's bad, right? I'm not undercutting that, but the kind of person who will go out of their way to target something that like means a lot to you and destroy your shit.
Yes.
Death penalty.
Vicious.
Like premeditated as well. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, it's like yeah, it's such an extra level. That is not a reactive level of like if you are arguing or you're in a situation and you act a little spiteful and you say something, that's a reactive thing, and it doesn't make it okay. But like to be like, I am like, it's so premeditated. It's such a calm response. I am going to do this to hurt them. Yeah, that is a choice, and that reflects on your fucking soul, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
So fuck that bitch.
Yeah.
And now you're reclaiming.
Yeah, and then oh yeah,
Love.
then I lived abroad for a little bit. I know, traveled diva. Met Aaron. Then I came back to the UK and I was like, it was COVID and I was like, I'm bored, and I got really into Genshin Impact because my friend was on my basically a Mac, like it was like not working.
On a Mac.
Yeah.
Crunches.
Literally the Mac was like overheating and vibrating all the time.
It's taken off.
It literally was, yeah. And then got really into Genshin, and then my friend was like, hey, do you want to play this game called Valorant? And I was like, okay. And I was like, I'm gonna play Sky, and I was like, Hawk out, and like blinding everyone. And yeah, and I became really obsessed with it. Like I play it by myself a lot, which is weird. And then obviously I got into the kind of Twitch kind of vibe. Made some friends around that, and then yeah,
Love.
Many
Can I
ups and
say real
downs
quick?
later. Yes.
I know that I said I was gonna record, but I kind of we hopped right into this, so I haven't started recording yet.
Oh,
I'm trying to get
yes.
it set up now.
In fact, what I'm gonna check that audio is okay before we go any further. Let me stop. So then, yeah, I got into Valorant for a bit. Very toxic environment, won't lie. And then played that for like a while and made and lost many friendships through no, Discord is like the actual Wild West of friendships. A lot of them, right?
That's how
Yeah.
it be, for real.
It really is. And yeah, and then I remember Overwatch 2 came out. I never played Overwatch 1. Remember Overwatch 2 coming out, and my friends were like, "We need to play it," and they played it for like 2 days. I'm like, "Okay, I'm bored now."
Classic.
But I usually just play quick play all the time when I was bored because the games were so short compared to Valorant. Like, you know,
God, Valorant's like a fucking hour of your day, dude, and you get
Val-
one bad person that's throwing. I have to stay
Valorant?
with you for an hour.
No, Valorant is literally a hostage situation.
For
Like,
real.
it actually is. Oh, we should play.
Valorant.
Yeah.
It's a hostage situation. We should play.
We should play. I will
should get
say.
It can be fun.
Juno has been trying to get me to play Valorant for like, we're probably getting close to like
A
9
year.
months now. Yeah, like a year.
Mm-hmm.
And
It can
I'm
be fun.
willing to try it. Like I even went so far as to download it, but we couldn't get like whatever the
Oh, the Vanguard thing.
Yeah, the Vanguard thing
Oh.
was
Yeah, you need to
not
change something in your
liking me.
BIOS, maybe. I had to do that when I first downloaded it.
Oh my god, that means you can show up how to do it. And then we can play.
Big.
Yes. I can't believe
She's
they
been-
haven't fixed that. I've been playing for like, what, 4 years?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
And yeah.
Yeah.
So then got into Overwatch and I used to play quick play all the time. And then I met Poe because I found her on TikTok. TikToky. And yeah, and I just started playing like loads of Ana, loads of Kiri and stuff and just getting really into it. And now it's like my main game. Also with Marvel Rivals as well. Like I play half and half pretty much. But recently I have been preferring Overwatch actually, which is weird for me to say that because I was very anti-Overwatch for a while. But yeah, that's pretty much my gaming origin. So like not actually I didn't really grow up gaming in that way. Like we'd play like Star Fox on the SNES and Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube and Pokemon Coliseum was so... God, did you guys ever play Pokemon Coliseum?
No.
Oh my god, it was so cool. It was like... Okay, I need to go on a little special interest kind of talk about this because I'm very excited about this game. So basically, like Pokemon Coliseum, you know how all the Pokemon games are like you basically are like a kid who like gets Pokemon.
Yeah.
Pokemon Coliseum, you enter on a fucking moped going through the going through the... No, John, that's so out because you enter on a moped going through the desert.
I live right next to a main road and I've seen called Glazing. Sorry about it, darling.
And Espeon and Umbreon are your two partner Pokemon. You start with them, and they're in the little like Wallace and Gromit. What's the little thing on the side? The sidecar. And you're a fugitive, and you're like, and it's like really dark, and it's like, yeah, and there's like you have to steal people's Pokemon, but for like Robin Hood reasons, like they're torturing the Pokemon.
Oh, so you're rescuing.
You're rescuing.
I did like the idea. Sorry, go on.
Oh, you've got a thing called a snatch ball. So you've got you throw it, and this fucking hand comes out of the Pokemon and literally grabs the Pokemon and you yanks them away. It was so fucking good. And also Ludicolo features very heavily in this game. He dances a lot.
I hate Ludicolo.
Why?
Because he's not Lotad. Because he is. It's a downgrade.
That seems like an unfair expectation.
Good.
It feels like
I fucking knew you were gonna say good to that. I can feel it.
Fuck Ludicolo. He is not as lovable as Lotad. And nobody ever fucking loves Lotad. But Ludicolo does have a little bit of a cult following. Like, there are people who really like Ludicolo, and I think that that's bullshit.
I feel like Ludicolo, if you had the two, you'd be using his like bone marrow to like transplant to Lotad. You know people have these donor babies.
Yeah, to strengthen up the baby. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's me. Pokemon obsessed and like, yeah.
Love.
What about you, Lunar?
So I have a bit of a longer history. Where to begin? Well, I started playing The first ever game that I did play was Call of Duty Online.
Love.
I grew up with like people that gamed, right? So like my dad would game. My mum, she was more of like a tabletop gamer. Like my mum used to play D&D like in the 80s. I fucking love
so
that bitch. She's so
cool.
she's so fucking cool. Ugh, but anyway, it was like we're a pro gaming household. So I was ruined from the start. So I can't have been older than like 8. And even younger actually, because this was before my parents divorced. But I was sitting on my dad's fucking knee because I couldn't reach the keyboard and the mouse. And he would play Call of Duty Online in like a modded server, so they would be modded to have the character models of cheerleaders, like red and blue cheerleaders. And I'd
Oh.
sit on his fucking lap and I would play this game, and I didn't know like to shoot from the crosshair, so I would try and aim like the barrel of the gun on the people. So I was taught from a very early age. I was radicalized from a very early age in Call of Duty lobbies. So if you think I couldn't survive a Call of Duty lobby, bitch, I did it when I was 8 years old.
Bitch!
And we moved, bitch. So fucking
Umbilical
try
cord
me.
still attached. Wrapped around your hand.
I keep that thing fucking locked and loaded, diva. But then after that, it was a lot of my dad. So like my brother was big into gaming. My dad built a gaming PC with him when we were younger, and then he didn't build one with me because I was a girl. So even though he
Right.
would let me play video games, he's just inherently misogynistic and a narcissist. So
Yeah.
he didn't build me one. He bought me a MacBook because I was a girl and I was into art. And I was like, I literally asked to build a PC with you. And he was like, yeah, we're not going to do that. So even though he was my introduction to gaming, he was also my introduction to men in gaming
Misogyny in
spaces.
gaming
So
spaces.
that's awesome. But yeah, I started in Call of Duty, and then I shared, bizarrely, a WoW account with my dad. And Blizzard, if you're listening, I did not account share. I did not account share underage. I did not do that. But I shared an account with my dad. And I had a human paladin on World of Warcraft. And I would just go around fucking Stormwind questing, and I fucking loved it. So when I got older, I got my own account and I started playing, and oh my god, I go back to it every so often because it's just so
we know.
nostalgic for me. And I will disappear from like God and everybody's earth. Like I am not fucking here when I get back in World of Warcraft. Like I'm up to degen hours just doing fucking like nothing. Like I'm doing nothing, but I love it. And one of the big things for me, I mentioned this last episode, is like I'm really into the like achievement hunting aspect of gaming. And that's really big in WoW. Like there's a lot of achievements in WoW that it's an optional extra that you can do. Like you don't have to do it, but I fucking love it. So I'll just hop on. It's been like, I think the last time I played like 4 months ago. I got back into it a little bit. And I hadn't played before that for 5 years because I stopped playing when I got into uni because I knew I wouldn't do any uni work if I had World of Warcraft downloaded. So I was big into WoW for a long time. And then from there, I would make friends and they would say, oh, we should play this game, we should play this game. And I'm on a fucking MacBook. So I started out playing Gmod because it was something that I could run. And I really loved like milsim things, which seems so far removed from like who I am as a person. But God, the community that we would play with, like it was just so much fun and it was silly and it was something that I could actually participate in because all my friends had these gaming PCs and I was there with a little shitty fucking old MacBook that would take off whenever I turned it on. And then we moved. So I eventually moved out. I think it was when I was 20. I finally got a PC. I had a job. I had a wage. I could buy myself a PC. And I think the first game I really got big into was DBD. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. The fucking trenches, but I fucking loved it. Like, I would go in and I would play for hours, and I met so many friends on DBD. Like, as much as it is the fucking trenches of gaming, I had so many fun moments. Like, it's one of those games, I feel the same way about Overwatch, that all the bad that comes from it is negated by the good and like the people that you find and the fun that you have, like in those small little moments. And I just really, really fucking valued that. And it kept me coming back for years. I have something like nearly 1,000 hours in DBD. And I think even before that, I was playing CS:GO actually. And I think when I started streaming, which was like nearly 8 years ago now, that's where I started. I was playing CS:GO, and then I got into DBD. I made so many friends in the gaming space playing DBD, and I just had so much fucking fun with it. But then eventually, I think it's just something about like ASIM horror games. Like there's something about ASIM that when you've played it for like 800 hours, I was like, I'm not enjoying this anymore. I'm just doing it because I feel obligated to stream the game that people come to see me play, and I'm not having fun. And really, the whole reason that I was into gaming was to have fun. So I was like, I'm reclaiming my power. I'm playing something else. I'm getting off this fucking ASIM horror game. And then I went to Valorant.
Oh.
Love. So I played Valorant for like 4 years now. Loved it so much that I went to uni. I played in the esports societies, both the normal teams and the like women's and non-binary teams that they had. I ended up leading the women's and non-binary team for both Valorant and Overwatch, just because I fucking loved it. Like it was so much fun. And then I moved. Eventually, I got sick of Valorant, and I moved over to Overwatch. And I feel like when I play a video game, I'm really in it for like the love of the game. Like I don't really. What you going in my chest for? Why are you in my chest right now?
I just saw it.
Breast augmentation.
What the heck?
You know that audio from Bob's Burgers? It's like, why are you in my room? Why are you touching my things? Hi, Mom.
Touching my stuff. Hi, my little lady.
Yeah. That was the energy that just gave.
You're touching my stuff. But yeah, I went to Valorant to find what I was. I went to Valorant to find what I wasn't finding in DBD, and I went to Overwatch to find what I wasn't finding in Valorant.
Yeah.
Big money moves for me. And I think because I just inherently, I don't really take games that seriously because I'm of that mindset that this should be fun. And like, it has been my whole life. Like, that's the whole reason I play games, right?
Crazy opinion.
Crazy opinion.
Insane, get out of here. Gamers, get her! Gamers in the comments section, fucking get her. This is why we shouldn't let women in gaming spaces. They don't get the culture. She doesn't even say slurs.
Oh, but I really do. I just love it for the game. Like, I'm here to have a good time, and not everybody feels that way, and it's sad.
The contrast between me and Luna whenever we stream together is like, oh my god, so funny.
Juno and I streamed yesterday, and Juno was rightfully calling out people that were like ruining the game experience for us. And he was like, this person's a problem. We had a little mold when we hit the losers queue. And I was like, he's right. But the whole time that we were playing, Juno was like playing his fucking heart out and seething at these people. And I was just singing the whole time.
Relatable.
Not paying attention.
It's me being there like, why isn't our tank going? And you're there like, hey, Macarena.
Relatable.
Like a ballerina.
I enjoy that though. I enjoy the contrast.
But no, I love it. And then Overwatch brought me to Juno, and then Juno brought me to Poe, and like how could I ever be mad at her? Do you know what I mean? How could
I'm
I be
literally
mad
Cupid.
at Overwatch? Like, how could we ever say that we hate gaming when it's fucking Overwatch that I owe this to?
Numbani.
Numbani. But yeah, I hopped around a lot of different games, and now I'm kind of in my cozy gaming era. Like, I'm loving some Minecraft. I've been playing a lot of Balatro.
What's Balatro?
I've
heard a lot about it.
Have you not played it?
No.
It's fun. You basically make poker hands. That's like the whole premise of the game. But then they have jokers, and some of the jokers are gay with each other. And the jokers have like different things that they do, and they're gay jokers, and then they're really cool. And then they'll like add multipliers and like chips to the hands that you play, and then you have to like hit a certain. It sounds boring, but when you actually play it, it's really fun.
Right.
It's just something. It's another like side monitor game that I can play while I'm like watching something. Like, doesn't take a lot of concentration type.
Oh my god, I can't do that. I can't play games when I'm doing like
Really?
I can't even listen to music when I play games.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah, I just can't. Like, my brain can't comprehend. It's especially audio. Like, I can't. Audio just confuses the fuck out of me.
Can I ask a question real
I have to
quick?
be overstimulated. Of course.
Is leaf litter good for anything?
You could use it instead of coal in a furnace.
Oh, okay. Is a
I think that's
spider
about
eye good for anything?
Potions, yeah.
Oh, your door is stressing me out.
My door?
The way they open in different directions.
I don't know. I need you to
Like-
know that after when we recorded last time, I stayed on for hours afterwards. We had that conversation about like cozy gaming.
Can I fix
like,
it for you?
Yeah, sure. Go
Bless
ahead.
you.
But I spent so long just staring at these doors, trying to figure out how to make a door here, and I had to like redo the front of the tree to try to figure that out.
Bless your heart.
Wait,
But I
no,
think-
that's not right.
I think that's probably about it. You know what I mean? Like I've just been playing games like for as long as I can remember, and I'm really into
Oh.
like escapism. Like
Yeah.
the fucking hellscape that we live within. I find a lot of solace in whatever escapism I can find, and gaming really gives that to me.
I feel that too. Do you know, something else. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, really. Like I used to be like very, very anxious and stuff. And like I'd find that playing Overwatch, I would just be so distracted by what the fuck was going on that I'd like
Exactly.
it helped my mental health quite a lot, just having
Yeah.
distraction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those neural
Exactly
pathways
that.
got decayed, honey.
She got clogged. It's giving
Yeah.
prone.
It's giving prone. Poe doesn't get that because she hasn't watched it yet.
You need to watch Dungeons and Drag Queens? Yeah.
Drag Queen.
Drag
I
queens.
need you to watch her.
I watched some
So
of the first
good.
episode.
I know she's so difficult. Poe is a proverbial horse that you lead to water,
It's true.
but then sews up its own mouth.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, once you get me to drink, once I drink, I'll gargle. I'll gulp that shit. But getting me to take that first swallow.
No, get the feeding tube.
I'm gonna strap you down. One of those awful
Ooh,
like, gift machine
ooh,
things. Have you seen those like
ooh.
medical? Have you seen that? We could do that.
No, but
We could do that.
all right, I'm down.
I can show you.
I can show you. I can't reach it, Juno. Where did my
I
axe
make
go?
it.
Oh.
Oh.
Thank you.
But yeah,
So-
I've always been gaming, I fear. So it was a very natural progression for me.
Yeah, I feel like similar for me. It was, but mine was much more like on the side. Like it wasn't like my. The one thing I'm so jealous of you guys is that your parents like gaming.
Yeah,
Like I'm almost so jealous of that.
I forgot to mention, like, my parents would buy us, like, DSs. Like, I had a PSP. Bitch, if you fucking remember the PSP, sound off in the fucking comments. Best console I ever had.
Oh, I
Best
love
console
the
to ever
PSP.
exist. Oh my god, it was so good. And we had, like, a family Xbox and a family Wii. And, like, we would play, like, Mario Kart together of, like, a weekend. And we still do. Like, I'll go over to my mom's house and we'll go play Mario Kart.
See,
Like,
we had all those things, but my parents would just never get involved. Like they would. My dad liked playing. He likes playing Star Fox for a bit when I was like really young, and then he likes playing Worms on his office break.
Yes! My stepdad was obsessed with Worms.
But other than that, yeah, nothing. He just like wasn't. My mum like can't actually use WASD like a West. I tried to get her to play Valorant once. It was like. I remember she was playing Killjoy in Valorant. She kept shooting because all the outlines were yellow. She kept shooting every Killjoy, still including her teammate. Like,
Oh, bless.
him.
She was
Yeah,
made to be a gamer.
She was absolutely not made to be a gamer. She has no coordination. But yeah, the topic that we obviously have already discussed this, but I'm happy to. Yeah, I think it's good to talk about again. Was the kind of experience for everyone. You know, we're all one of them queers or female in some kind of way.
Yes. Yeah,
I'm
we're
gonna
a
go.
minority in the gamer space.
Yeah, I'm gonna go first because I genuinely feel like it's more of a topic that you guys can probably lend more to. Because as apart from being called the F-Sir every now and then, like maybe like a few times. I'm just batting a zombie right now. So,
Love.
like I don't know. I feel like I don't experience that much. I genuinely feel like obviously I'm, you know, what's her name? I was gonna say Kate Winslet, no, Kate Blanchett, hand. You know, I'm a gay man, but I feel like in gaming, I don't get clocked that often. Maybe sometimes, but not often.
I clocked your fucking tea, bitch.
But yeah,
But I didn't call you a slut.
what that day.
That's because you're gay.
But I get part of the community, Jamie, you know,
Again,
but I think a lot of men.
back to the conversation of like seeing those like identifiers and being like, You?
You?
Instant kinship.
You have something I want.
Yeah.
Well, going by that logic, I feel like I could hear like Lindsey Graham talk like in a game, and I'd be like one of the community. Is that you?
You want
Yeah.
queers? Oh, hello, diva. But it's like I said, like my first hater was my dad. Like how are you birthing a child and being their first hater? That's fucking crazy.
I mean, I think that's very common.
That's crazy.
Not
That's
to take
crazy,
away.
actually. How
Oh no, yeah.
how common that is.
Like to be a man and encourage me to play the games, but he's actively said to me, like my own father, who is the person that got me into gaming, is the person that was saying to me, oh well, I only watch this one person when I go for WoW news, and she's the only woman that I watch talking about gaming because she actually knows her stuff, and she's not just like going, oh, I'm a woman, give me special treatment. Like I'm like verbatim.
It's
that
the
is what he said to
assumption
me.
that it's the assumption that they don't want. Whereas you could get the most stupid man who has literally, I mean, I
Who
don't
is just
someone on
speaking.
YouTube who like has no idea what he's talking about, and people will give him the benefit of the doubt because he's a man.
Yup.
Wild.
And I'm just sitting there like, hey, so actually, do you remember when you showed me one of your interests and now it's my interest?
And now you hate me for it. That's
And now
crazy.
you hate me for it? Cognitive dissonance goes crazy. But yeah, I guess if people aren't clocking you for being a diva, you have that fallback of still being a man, and to them that's like safe.
Can we say the F slur on this podcast or not?
I feel like
Just
I feel like we
clear.
would have to censor it because like YouTube doesn't
Yeah.
love that.
Why not?
Because
Let me
Fuck
play.
it. Guys, we have the part.
Like, what word can I use instead of the word then? I need to replace the
Hags.
word.
That's why we have this name, right?
Oh yeah,
The brand.
Right. So
Right.
I was playing on Havana and I had a Reinhardt. I think I actually put a TikTok about this, but like he was like just like in their spawn, which is a valid strategy. But like he didn't com that. He just would go in by himself.
Love.
And at one point I literally went, Ryan, what are you doing? And he just went, shut up, Haggett.
Oh,
You know what I?
that would make me tingle a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
For real.
Yeah, he kind of ate though. I was like,
I
He
I
kinda
tingle
got
a
your
little
teeth.
bit.
yeah, and annoyingly he was really good at the game. Like he did kind of carry, and I was like, oh, so. And the most annoying part is that after he won, he went, welcome for the carry, gay boy, and decided to just left.
So yeah, like I would tingle.
Yeah.
I could probably fix him.
My prostate hiccuped.
My prostate
I
hiccup.
hate you so much.
Vile.
Ugh. But then that's the thing as well. If I go into a lobby and I have to make the active choice to open my voice chat. Like the day that Juno and I met, it was when I heard Juno speak that I felt comfortable to speak because I clocked you, and I was like, okay, so this is going to be a safe space, probably.
We'll never know what happened to the other guy we made friends with.
I know, right? There was like we didn't we queue for something crazy like 45 minutes, and then everybody left the party
Yeah.
because we were a wide queue.
Yeah.
didn't speak
But
to the
he
rest of
was
it.
getting really angry.
He was.
Like it was me and you just
bro,
vibing.
and we were like, so if we've been waiting for 45 minutes already, you want us to do that again?
Yeah.
So that's how that's gonna work. But it's funny because it shouldn't have to be something that we always consider. Like every woman or like, you know, femme presenting person that I've spoken to, when they're going into a game, they're like, my voice chat is off, like my microphone is shut, like I'm not actively participating unless I hear another woman or unless I hear somebody where I can clock it and it feels like a safe space, because the majority of the time, or I'd say like at least half the time, it's a toss of the dice of whether people are gonna give a shit. Like people will actively throw if you're a woman, which is crazy. So like if you're in Valorant, you open your mic up and you calm. All you're doing is giving comms. You're not fighting somebody. Most often people will fight you and you'll fucking bite back because you rightfully as you fucking should. But you open your mic in a Valorant lobby where you're gonna be in there for an hour, and I was with a girl, GG. And he starts throwing just because you're a woman.
And in Valorant, you
Crazy.
can through certain abilities, you can hurt your own teammates. They'll like ult you.
Yes.
They'll ult you. They'll throw nades at you. Like
And do they get banned? No. Do I get banned for fighting back? Yes.
Yeah.
I fucking can't stand you bitches.
I remember my friend, there was a guy who started who started just like flaming her. Like, because for like, I would say 30 minutes, he was just like, solidly just everything she did was wrong, just flaming her. So eventually she primalted him. And then she got a ban. And then she wrote in, like, explained, and then she did actually get unbanned.
Queen.
Then she was like, obviously some girly pop answered that. I was like, yeah, fair.
Understandable.
I mean, we all started throwing. We threw his game. But yeah, I think it also speaks...
If you act like that.
I think it... Yeah.
Count your fucking days.
I think it also does speaks to either me thinking I'm way more masculine than I am, or me just like, or maybe the privilege of my experience, because like I genuinely just always have my voice things on, and I just assume people are gonna love me on the voice chat. Like I'm like this is gonna be a hit.
This is gonna be a hit.
Yeah.
I do something similar. Like I also like leave voice chat on, and I generally like I don't calm a ton, but I will calm. Like I'll get on and calm, especially like if I feel like my team needs it. Like I'll joke on stream and be like, I've got to put on the strap right now. We need a little bit of organization, you know. And I'll calm. But I am also calling myself out. I am a confrontational bitch sometimes in gaming. I tend to be a people pleaser, and I struggle in real life with that sometimes. Like if a waiter brought me the wrong food, I'm gonna say thank you and eat it. You know.
Yeah.
If you want to get on mic and start mouth breathing at me, I'm gonna turn you into a joke. I'm gonna milk you for content, and I'm gonna get a bunch of TikTok like clout for it. I really love because I think most of them, they do not have that dog in them. They start running their mouth, but when you start biting back, they can't keep up with the banter. And my two big like rules when I do it is, one, I never take them seriously. Do not in any way engage with them that is like giving credence to whatever they're saying or like acting like it's serious. I laugh and I smile and I act like it is a big joke that we are both in on, and I do not take them seriously, and I just banter back and let them make a fool of themselves. Because it's kind of twofold. I think, one, a lot of people do not fucking like that they're not getting to you, that they are angry and you are not, and they will keep escalating and getting angrier and making a fool of themselves. Well, because they are not having that effect on you. Because at the end of the day, they want to have that effect on you. And then, and so those they'll just like escalate and like make a fool of themselves and like whatever, free content. Or you have the people who come full circle and will de-escalate themselves, which I think is always really, really funny too. Like they will start out being really, really toxic, and I will just joke and banter circles around them, and most of the time they can't keep up. They don't actually have that dog in them. They've got a couple like token phrases that they've learned from other shitty toxic gamer boys that they regurgitate, but then when they actually have like a dialogue or a back and forth, or someone is matching their energy and like bantering back and forth, you hear the what? You know, like, and a little bit of that feeds my fucking soul, because like you wanna act like a clown, I'll bring the circus, bitch. You don't even understand. Wait till you see my red nose. You got nothing. You got nothing on these big ass shoes, dude.
Like Ronald McDonald coming over the hill.
Yeah. Big ass grin on my face. Let's fucking do it.
Like, she's back.
And I really enjoy that. But I also like to make them sit with that. Like the ones who de-escalate themselves, then they are sitting with only their shitty negative energy. And also I think a lot of them, like, it goes back into that weird relationship men would have with women, where they will be fucking awful to women in these spaces and then be like, why aren't women in these spaces? Why don't women like me? You know? And so then they're getting attention, and like positive is attention from a woman, and they will flip. And I have had men go from calling me slurs, telling me I'm fat, telling me to kill myself, I had one guy who in the matter of like a couple sentences called me an essay victim, said I was fat. All kinds of shit, right? And I just did that, and I wasn't like, I was joking and not taking them seriously. And then he turned around and started flirting with me, and was like,
she's one of the cool
he
ones.
reached out to me. Yeah, she's one of the good. Oh my god, she's funny. And like, he reached out to me afterwards and was even doing like, you're so funny for a woman. I don't know. I think we should. And I was like, you're insufferable. And he was like, I think like, I don't know. You made some good points. I think you could fix me. No. I'm sure my mic peaked there, but like.
I want one of those scaffolds, like electric chair.
Electric chair, yeah. You know, but you force them to sit with their own negativity. Yeah, and you're especially insufferable, even for a man.
Exactly.
And make them sit with that. It's make them sit with their own energy, and like you kind of just flip the script. And I'm not saying I think all women should do that, because like, one, don't sacrifice your peace. Like if that is something that I can do, that like it doesn't sacrifice my peace, and I am a bitch and I get some pleasure from it. But you shouldn't have to deal with that, right? Like the onus isn't on you to like have a whole fucking like rubric on how to deal with like being discriminated against in the spaces that you enjoy, you know? So the way I just want to clarify that like I'm not shitting on people who like just immediately turn off their mic, you know? Because like I think that's a totally valid like choice.
Yeah, you weren't born to fight these battles that you didn't even want to be a part of. You just existing in a space. Yeah, I'm very against. Not against. Like, I hate confrontation. So it doesn't come naturally to me like it does to you. And I'm so, like, awe-inspired when I see you. Just, like, fucking flipping shit on its head and taking ownership of a situation. Because you don't have to. But you do. And you do it with such...
glee.
Like with such glee.
I do enjoy it.
All,
I won't lie.
I'm Amanda. I'm sick.
I'm not realizing who they just got on mic with.
Exactly. But you have such like an understanding, like a baseline understanding of the situation that I struggle to comprehend of yeah, I got that fucking dog in me, and like you have like a fucking rules of engagement set out for yourself. It's so iconic. It's so iconic. And that stems from you just having that critical understanding.
And also experience.
I want to go back to
sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, you know, growing up, like, a femme in these spaces playing things like Call of Duty and stuff, like, and, you know, I was molded by your energy. You guys made me this way.
Molded by it. You're really adapted to it.
I'm sorry, what were you saying, Juno?
I'm going back to the whole like mute people who mute and stuff. I get why they do it in Valorant, because the games are fucking like 40 minutes to an hour long, and like that's
a long time.
That's a long time to be dealing with, especially in the EU, to be dealing with a misogynistic man from like Russia or like France, like
not France.
Not France. I don't know why I picked France.
Not France. No, it's real.
It's a lot, like, so I probably entitled to mute that, like, I probably would, because sometimes they're like, you know, when they're just annoying as well.
Yeah.
They're like those little, like, mosquitoes, just like, like, they're like, sandwich, kitchen, and it's like, oh my god.
I can only take so much before I fucking explode. Like,
you know, when you were saying how you like will milk them for content, I like to imagine that like after you're done with them, they're like those little things with Little Mermaid. You know, when Ursula can't.
Yeah, they're all shriveled up.
And they're like shriveled up afterward after you've milked them for content.
Yeah.
Literally transmuting their fucking hateful, misogynistic ways into your own game, bitch.
And like I think there's something like really reclaiming about that, about being like, all right, well, this is like I'm going to thrive in the circumstances that you are creating, you know, despite.
How can I make misogyny work for me?
How can I make misogyny work for me? Yeah, I'll make it okay, so you're like helping pay my bills. Fun fact.
Thank you.
And I think also like I am just like really growing up, I was a very argumentative, mouthy child with issues of authority. Anyway, so I think that like my arguing and like doing things like Model UN and debate club and like being a mouthy bitch like really helps me there. But like,
I wish I'd done debate club.
It was fun. It was fun until you. I didn't do like a ton. I did like a casual debate club with like one of my social studies teachers, but he really liked he really liked making you debate things that you didn't actually believe in, like because he thought it made you better at arguing and like seeing holes in arguments, not necessarily arguing in good faith, but like seeing those opportunities in argument, which is like it has its merits, but also looking back, it's a little bit like, well, but so he would genuinely like give you an assignment, or like make you debate things that like you did not fucking like. One time I had to argue like from the perspectives of the South during like slavery, and like my objective was like to try to argue, and it was like a big forum, and there were people representing like the South, the West, and like the North, and my big objective to like get a good grade on the project was I had to get everybody to agree to not do any legislation about slavery for like 5 years or something like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so crazy. Anyway, that was a little bit of a divergence about like me being argumentative. But I
And I
think
think that's so rooted in you understanding the nuance of situations. Like I can see how that would be so helpful, because I think that's what I miss. Is I'm just like a dissociative human being, and like I don't make those neural pathway links to nuanced conversation until I like sit and think about it. Like it doesn't come as naturally to me. So I can imagine being in things like debate. It helps you sort of more naturally
quickly make those,
Exactly, yeah, sort of discern what that situation is,
Yeah.
and sort of the meaning.
Yeah,
between
I don't know.
that.
I find it very, very. I don't know what the word is. Like, affirming, isn't it? But like, you're taking the power back a little bit, right? Like, and claiming that
Yes,
space,
yeah,
and you're going,
you're
okay, come on, you want to talk shit? Like, you want to talk shit? Let's do it. But I get really upset and like frustrated with the discourse when you try it within gaming spaces, more so than like people in those spaces acting that way, because I can deal with people acting that way, you know, and like it's not one of those things that like has me crying at night, tearing out my hair, you know, because like people love to act like that and be like, if words on a game affect you, go touch grass. And they think that they're really eating with that, but it's like, one, yes, bring no nuance to this conversation. Do not engage. Yes, queen. But also,
Do it, mama.
yes. But also, like, that's not where, like, there's a difference between, like, yes, we're affected. You are affected by this TikTok video that you watch right now. You were affected enough to comment and be like, well, if words affect you. That is just how communication and, like, existing as, like, a non-sociopathic human being works. Like, you perceive things and you have feelings about that, whether it's negative feelings, whether it's big feelings. You go, oh, you know. It is not, like, some unhealthy, chronically online shit to be like, I don't like being slurred at. I don't super love being given rape threats, you know? That shouldn't be like a hot take. But and I really hate the way that the discourse is framed around it when you try to women speak out about these things and you get either that response of like, well, if words affect you, go outside, you're not built for gaming, which yes, way not to engage. They always engage in such bad faith. Or they go, well, women, that's just part of gaming. That's shit talking. And women act like they're the only ones getting shit talked. But, like, that's engaging in bad faith because no one is talking about in-game shit talking. If you look at me and you go, yo, swap off Brig, that's not misogyny. That's not what I'm talking about. You may be dumb and I may disagree with you and I may joke about it, right? Whatever. Because, like, obviously Brig is the right pick in every situation. And, like, what are you talking about? Don't talk to me, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously. But that's not what we're talking about. If somebody's going, hey, you're 5 and 8 on Magic, swap. Or tank, you're shit. That's not what we're talking about. Men aren't getting the same kind of shit talk. Men aren't getting rape threats for speaking on mic. Men aren't speaking on mic and immediately having someone go, GG, we have a girl, and throwing their game.
Yup.
Men aren't getting like harassed in the same way. We're not talking about like casual gaming shit talk, and it's engaging in such bad faith to be like, women are just such victims. They act like they're the only ones getting shit talked. We're not talking about like general banter. And, like, it's the way that they refuse to engage in the dialogue, or they're that's just the way it is, you know? That's just part of, there's a lot of shit.
System?
Yeah, who built that system? Also, there's so much shit historically that's just the way it is. And if we never progress past that's the way it is, can you think of like all the horrible, shitty things that would be going on in society? How about, like, just throwing our piss and shit in the streets? Child labor, yeah. You know.
Katy Perry's album.
And, like, trying to have a nuanced conversation in gaming spaces about that shit pisses me off far more than any man, like, in-game being shitty to me does.
Yeah, I agree.
I really hate that we lost... Sorry.
All at the same time.
Go ahead.
It's also just like the kind of assumption as well that they own the space. Like that it's theirs. And it's like, oh no, that's never been the case, Ellen.
That's not true, Ellen.
True.
You'll be hearing from my lawyer.
Yeah, and that's a big thing because they try to talk about like women like invading these spaces and then like not wanting to be a part of it, you know, wanting to change it. But like that's just not true. We've been here. Yeah. And like I think there's a big misperception among gamers nowadays because like nowadays gaming is pretty 50-50 split. Like if you look at studies and stuff, it's pretty fucking close to 50-50 with women and men. But a lot of gamers, like I was having a conversation just the other day, or not the other day, a couple months ago with somebody, with a man I know who made a comment about like toxicity to women. He was like, yeah, but it's only like, I mean, that's only like 5% of gamers. So it's like hard to make sure. And I'm like, what? And like he genuinely thought that there was only like 5%, like 5% of gamers were women. So like it was this really small, minute issue, which also like even if it was only happening to 5%, like that's still awful and a problem.
Still
and,
valid.
You know.
Yup. Mm-hmm.
But like we've been here, we've been in these spaces. Women have been playing games. Women have been making games.
Yeah.
This whole time. And people want to complain about companies and stuff because they'll be like, oh, well, companies are catering to women now. It's becoming woke. Which, like, yes, they are recognizing a demographic and a market. That is a company and a business recognizing a demographic. And, like, I think it's so funny when men get upset about that because it's like for the first time, they haven't felt like things are only for them. Right? Like, they're literally upset because it's like somebody else gets to enjoy this space and be involved.
But it's mine.
But it's mine. And like, that's just not true, Ellen. And I think we need to sit with those feelings and unpack it because
that happens a lot. That's a big feeling.
Yeah,
that's
it's
a lot of big feelings.
feeling.
A big thing about you're just really emotional right now. You need to calm down. That's a big emotion from men. I don't like that you're in my space. Let's unpack that. But they don't want to unpack that.
No.
That's a big emotion, baby. And
that's
okay to be emotional, but that's weaponized against us so often.
Yeah, absolutely. And, but, you know, women are too emotional. But I think also, like, we had a really good conversation. I hate that we lost the footage for it because we had a really good conversation, I think, when we recorded before about, like, speaking directly to men in these spaces and saying, like, hey, I know that it can feel like being presented with this as a man in these spaces. A lot of the times it can feel like being attacked, right? Like you feel like, well, I don't do this. And like, it's just women fucking attacking me because of, you know, and I'm not the person doing that. And I get that feeling. It's an easy feeling to knee jerk to. And I don't think that you're necessarily wrong for immediately knee jerking to that. But I think what really speaks to your character is what you do with that feeling afterwards. Can you take that feeling and immediately go, well, I'm uncomfortable with this and I don't know what to do with these feelings and I feel attacked and defensive, so fuck women and fuck this conversation, right? Or can you sit with that and unpack it? Because it is uncomfortable, but I think sometimes when people have conversations like this and like women talk about like the shitty men in their lives and you've got those men who are like, well, I'm not like that. Well, not all men. The men who
said all men?
Who said all men? And also, when women go, men do this. If you are a man who doesn't do that, the conversation isn't about you.
Yeah.
And that is you having a knee-jerk defensive reaction and inserting yourself. But when you do that, you are co-opting the conversation and like taking the conversation away from women and like co-opting it to make it about you when it was never about you. But also, it's not enough in these spaces to be a man who doesn't do it.
Yep.
You have to be a man who calls it out. If you play with your bros and they act like that and you let them and you continue playing with it, you are complicit in those spaces. If you hear women...
Part of the reason you're feeling uncomfortable when you hear those kind of things is because your homies are doing it and you're not saying anything. Baby, you're part of the problem.
You're part of the problem. And also, I invite you to, by the way, remember, you're uncomfortable with this conversation. Imagine how uncomfortable we are with this conversation. Think about how many women are uncomfortable getting into a VC in the games that they love.
Yeah.
It's an uncomfortable conversation. I think it's healthy that you feel uncomfortable with it because I sure as fuck do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I just want to like extend that to like any male listeners who might be listening and like feeling attacked by this. This isn't an attack on men, but it is it is a critique of like the systems that we constantly deal with and are faced with and have to fight to be heard or taken seriously with, you know?
Yeah. I think there's so many spaces for people. Like when gaming was, you know, it was like what 10, 15 years ago, and it was a little bit more niche. It was feeling like, because I was in that space, a bit of a boys club. Like it naturally sort of had that, I don't know, that bias. But we've always been here. I was like, whoa. And I feel like maybe it's uncomfortable to people because you feel like it is still that way. I don't think it's been that way for a long fucking time. I've known so many women, like I know so many wonderful women that are in the dev spaces that they're in, and even now, being devs of games, like they're actively making the things, they're still seeing misogyny in their workplace. Doing something that they love, and they still can't get away from that boys club mentality. And it's like we said, who put that in place? Who put those, you are the people that put this in place. If this was a boys club back then, yeah, it's always been that way. Well, why has it always been that way?
And
we need to have uncomfortable conversations, because why has it always been that way? Why does it have to remain that way?
Yep.
By having these conversations, like, I really struggle with the nuance of these kind of conversations, and I feel uncomfortable because a lot of the time I can't really put my thoughts into words very concisely, and I worry that makes me come across as a little bit, I don't know, just like not knowledgeable, but I think it's really important to have those kind of conversations because, yeah, it's always been that way. And that's a really fucking loose argument, like you were saying, because it doesn't have to be that way. And look at all the things that have changed because they have not had to be that way. We've gone and looked at things. We said, that's fucking wrong. That it's always been that way has been the argument. And we've changed it. And look at us now. Look at the communities that are being represented now and how we can coexist. And it's uncomfortable to get to that point. But it's important to have those conversations. And it's even just the fact that you're here and you're listening to this means that you're open to this kind of dialogue. And yeah, it's fucking uncomfortable for all of us. It's tricky, but it's a very important conversation that needs to be had. So if you have friends, female presenting, female identifying people in your life that are in these spaces, and you, as the people that are, it's always been this way, you sort of hold the chips. It's important that you are the person that's giving them the space to talk, not to talk over them, and to listen. Like, you just have to listen. It's really that easy. You listen, and then when you go with your homies and they're saying something misogynistic and you're hearing it and you're not saying something, you are part of the problem. Start saying something. And it's not fucking easy. I've been in places, like, I have tried to mold myself to fit in with people that I was never meant to be around, but I was so desperate to be liked that I became someone that I just don't even fucking recognize. And I think a lot of people are trapped in that because you feel like, oh, those are my friends. It's like people that stay friends with their, like middle school friends for like the rest of their fucking lives and they never change. Growth is difficult. Nobody said it was fucking easy to go and sort of reroute those things that you've always thought, right?
And also, if you can't,
sorry, go ahead.
No. Also, if you can't have those conversations with your friends, then they're not really your friends.
Exactly.
There's a barrier between you.
Exactly. You're staying in that friendship because it's always been that way. It doesn't have to be that way. If you try to have these conversations and it's so fucking uncomfortable and they are not listening, they're not people you're meant to be around.
I think
if you can't have that open conversation, for sure.
I think also, like, it can be intimidating because you think, like, one, confronting your friends, the people you care about, you love, isn't comfortable. Is hard, but like, it doesn't have to be as big of a thing as I think a lot of people feel like it should be. Like, if your friend says something and you go, nobody is asking you to be like, Tyler, you're a misogynist. Tyler, you can't say that.
I thought you were gonna be like the Iggy Azalea thing, which is like tire marks.
Tyler, tire marks. You don't have to. Nobody is asking you to like give Tyler the entire like misogynist, feminist woke down. But I mean, we brought this up. Yeah, woke down. We talked about this before, but like talking about something I've learned before is like, or I've heard people say before, is that 4 seconds of silence registers as rejection to people, and it'll make them real fucking uncomfortable real fucking fast. And something I've definitely weaponized and done to people before is like, they'll say something and I'll just like sit there for a second and like make them sit with that silence. But like, and then if you just go, dude, that's not cool.
Yeah.
That's honestly more powerful
with that.
Yep.
Yes.
Doing just a
work it out.
That's not cool. And then silence. Leave them with that. That is so much more uncomfortable than like, if you just go after them, they're going to get defensive and they're going to want to fight, right? But if you give them that rejection, for you as their homie, you as their friend, you as someone they value, and that simple rejection of just, that wasn't cool, and move on, they're going to think about that.
Yup. If Poe said that to me, I would pass away.
And it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Yes. You don't have to. Nobody's asking you to be a crusader. Yeah. They're going to be uncomfortable with
Yes,
that.
if somebody responds to that and they're uncomfortable, if that's their innate reaction, something is wrong. They know they're doing something that is wrong.
And they're not getting the
Why
homie
else would they have that
validation.
reaction? Yeah.
Hey, real quick, how do you harvest
A
wheat?
vehicle for change.
You need a
Just click on
hoe.
it.
I have a hoe. Okay. Do I just hit it with a hoe?
If you have an enchantment on the hoe that has fortune, hit it with the hoe, but otherwise just hit it with your hand. You'll pick it up and you'll pick up seeds.
Okay. Will I pick up wheat? How do I know when the wheat's full grown?
I'll come show you what it looks like.
How's a job?
Okay.
On my way.
Can my wheat
vehicle.
vote? Can my wheat vote right now?
Can my wheat vote?
Can she rent a
Being
car?
vehicle for change. Love.
You know, in America, you can't rent a car until like 25.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
In America, you can't do a lot of things.
No.
Oh, so this is fully grown.
This is fully grown? Okay, so if I just...
Yep.
Okay.
So this one, so look at these, right? The one that you just picked, and this one isn't fully grown.
Okay, because it's got like that little bit of green in it.
It's got a little green? Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so leave her, let her cook.
Let her cook.
Then I can replant.
Yes. Oh, hello.
Hello, Mario.
But yeah, I think just an openness to having those conversations, listening to those conversations. Like they don't. It's tricky for it to be a two-way street sometimes because like, what the fuck do you say when your friend is telling you something awful happened?
Yeah, no, it doesn't feel good being like.
It doesn't feel good, but just being there to listen. If that conversation is literally just you lending an ear, that's fine. That's fine. But being open to those conversations, I think that's what's important. Because it's not fun, and it should be. Gaming at its core should be fucking fun. I should not be hopping on, logging into fucking Overwatch and going, don't know whether I should calm that something's happening. Because in things like fucking Valorant, calming is so important. It's so conducive to winning the fucking game that if I can't calm because people are going to be misogynistic, it could be the difference between us winning and losing. That pisses me off. I shouldn't have to sacrifice my RR because fucking Tyler hates women.
Yeah. Also, it goes back to like the way that they engage, like men will engage in bad faith in like when you try to talk about that because it's such a common knee-jerk reaction of just mute, just stay out of EC.
Yep.
Okay, so like
why should I have to do that?
Why should you be afforded more accessibility to the game than I am?
Yes.
Why should I be expected to sacrifice my accessibility and access to the game rather than be able to critique Tyler fucking saying slurs and threatening? You know, and throw
like, just tie a hand behind your back. You'll be fine.
Yeah, just tie your hand behind your back. What the like? Somebody's coming around chopping off hands. Like you're in the factory working with your hands, and somebody is coming around actively chopping off your hands. Yeah, and then Tyler comes into your comment section. I'm really sorry if your name's Tyler and you're listening to this. You're really becoming the punching bag here, Tyler. You have my
non-misogynistic Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler, hit up the comments and I'll apologize. If you comment, I'll apologize.
Tyler, we forgive you.
Yeah. It's never too late to be better, Tyler. You know, and then Tyler cops in the comments section and is like, well, if you don't want your hands cut off, maybe just don't have hands.
Yeah,
I don't know what to tell you, bitch.
And I've always said that.
How do I get carrots? Pigs like carrots, don't they?
I have carrots.
Can I say something unrelated as well?
Yes.
Wouldn't it be cool if we got the Discord to submit questions or like kind of scenarios and we have to answer them?
Oh my god, we should be agony aunts.
Do you think we could
do agony aunts?
I was gonna say, do you think I could do it now? But it's probably a bit late now. But it could be like someone submit a question.
We could see. We could try. I think that could be cool. Yeah, I think especially in the future it would be cool. I think the comment section is huge. I think like encouraging like, you know, if there's something you want us to talk about, hop on in that comment section, you know.
Guys, invaders!
Oh no.
Nuh-uh,
Where?
What do I do?
I don't know how to ping. I'm near my house.
I see them. They're over there. But yeah, obviously comments are good for the algorithm and whatever engagement. But also like it's a really great place to like to be kind of like a community forum. Like tell us what you'd like us to talk about. Tell us your experiences within gaming.
Yes.
Tell us whether you're a man or a woman. If you're a woman, tell us about like or you're queer or you're in any way you've experienced these things. Tell me about it. You know, I don't have a sword, so I'm just punching them with my hands. If you're a man, tell us about how this conversation made you feel. I would genuinely love to hear how you like your thoughts on this conversation. Oh. My baby is so strong. My baby's so strong.
Yeah, tell us if you have a specific situation. What radicalized you in gaming? Women? What was the moment you realized?
When did you grow empathy?
Man, tell us about how you're the only person in the world. When did you realize you weren't the only person that had thoughts and feelings? And why was it when you were 23? Nothing wrong with that.
Just like,
Just let us know.
Hit me up about that.
Well, at least we had the realization, Diva.
Yeah.
We got there
Last
eventually.
week.
During this podcast episode.
I do. That is always like a funny meme. Like it'll be like a whole 30-year-old man, and he does like he did shrooms once, and he's like, "Oh my god, have you guys ever thought about like the fact that people have feelings? Like other people are having an experience right now."
Florals for spring.
Groundbreaking. All right, Tyler.
Poor Tyler.
I'm really proud of you right now, Tyler.
Tyler's Googling deep hole right now.
Oh my god. Let us know if your name's Tyler in the comments down below.
Tyler, I want to hear from you. I know you.
Tyler, we want to hear from you.
What should we make the title of this video? Sorry, Tyler.
Sorry, Tyler.
In parentheses, whatever we put, I think we should put like something like the Hags discuss gaming, something about gaming. I think highlighting like femme and queer experiences in gaming. I think femme, quim. I think femme and queer like experiences in gaming could be like really good, and I think at the end we should put in parentheses, sorry Tyler.
Sorry Tyler. Love that. Yeah, shout out any Tylers that have actual empathy and realize they had empathy for human beings. We love you. This could be really big for us, Tyler.
Big things.
Poe, I am going to go and drive your Enderman off a cliff.
No! Please!
I would never do that.
Okay.
I would never.
The way I began sprinting. I dropped what I was doing.
My motherly instincts.
Realky, where actually is he?
That's my son.
Well, the first one, my son, my boy. I have
my
two of them.
boy.
I have two of them. So the one that was over here in the middle, he died. It started raining.
Oh my god.
Oh, we
Did
still
lose
have
the
that.
footage of
We know
him
we still
dying?
have
Oh,
that. We
thank
still have that.
god.
And then
Him.
so there's this one
has a grave
over
now.
here. He does have a grave. So there's this one.
We made
No,
an epitaph.
where are you taking my boy? My boy. I wish there was a way to get him up.
Son.
I wish there was a way to like go up in a boat, you know? Like up a block instead of down.
Real.
I want to take him places.
Can you not like build like one of those tracks that like?
You can put water down and you'll be able to go on.
Oh.
If you put ice under a boat, it goes really fucking fast.
That would
so
be
you
super.
could build him an iced racetrack and take him.
It's just
moving.
looping the hole.
There's
Cycling the
another
hole.
one over here also.
Do we want to? Has anything interesting happened this week to any of us? Because we obviously we had last week's kind of like how have you been kind of thing, but like
Oh yeah.
it has been a whole week since.
I became a VTuber sock.
That was so good though.
Thank you. Twitch.tv/Luna JPEG if you want to see a gay sock playing video games.
Gay.
Yay! We should plug where we are, by the way. I think.
Yeah, I'll put it in the
description.
thing.
In the
Yeah.
epitaph.
I'll write like a little template thingy.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking tired this week. I've been going to the gym really early, but like also sleeping late. So I pretty much last night I went to bed at 12:30 and woke up at 5:30.
Juno messaged me at 7 o'clock in the fucking morning at the gym.
I was. We were having such a fun conversation. I actually was cackling in the gym locker. Not in the locker, in the changing rooms. Me like in the locker. I was like full cackling, and I kept like crying, laughing, and this old man was next to me, just like looking at me.
Love.
No.
How do you grow carrots? How do I make more carrots?
Just chuck them in the water. In the water?
In the water?
Put them in tilled dirt.
Okay.
The way you did the wheat.
Okay.
Do we want to quickly explore the what's it called?
The nether.
The nether, because
To be so honest, I've been there like the whole episode.
Oh, that's where you've been.
Oh.
I've been building a roof, mama. Baby needed a roof.
Where
I
are you?
can't wait for our I'm over by my wheat. Oh, there you are. I can't wait to for the. Are we still gonna cold open with everything going wrong in the Nether?
I think so.
Because that was so
we
funny.
should do that.
It's peak.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that clip you guys put in the thing. We can
Yeah,
keep
you
that.
know, eventually we should make a TikTok for the podcast.
We should.
Love.
I can do that soon. I just haven't.
Yeah,
I'm tired.
We're gonna expand to Spotify and Apple
We're-
Podcasts as well.
It's like merch next week.
Yeah. Get your hag merch.
Get your hags merch.
Wait for another.
Anyone had any spiritual experiences this week?
I'm trying to think.
Experienced empathy this week?
Unfortunately.
Met a Tyler this week?
I have not had a spiritual experience, but I'm just like, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, that was
Good
that.
talk.
On that really.
And that's the tea.
And that's the tea. I think I've been. I experienced a little bit of burnout last week, and it was really funny. Shout out! I'm really glad I have really good friends. So I did the subathon for 2-year anniversary for my stream, and like it went really, really well. I was absolutely blown away. Like it was insanely successful, but it did involve me streaming like 69 hours within like 6 days. Which was a lot. But afterwards I was like, well, I'll take 2 days off and like rest. Except the first day I did rest really for the most part. But then like the next day I actually went to a protest, which it's I've been very open on my stream. If you're familiar with me at all, I've been very open about that. I struggle with agoraphobia. Leaving my house is a really big thing, and like and even if it's leaving my house to like run to the grocery store or you know whatever. So going to a protest felt like really big. Like it felt like a really big thing. Lots of people. It felt really big. And so on the second day I did that. And then the third day I came back and I tried to stream. And I was like, well, I've rested. I've had plenty of time. I've got to get my shit together now. I've got to, you know. And I didn't really feel like streaming, and I forced myself to anyway. End game, and I felt like my energy just sucked, and I kind of crashed. And then I felt like my stream sucked, and so then I fell down in this like cycle of like my energy felt bad, and I knew my stream was bad, and so I felt bad because everything was bad. And so then the next day I woke up and I was just like, I felt so pissy and like grumpy and negative, and I did not feel like streaming. And I was venting to Juno, and I was like, because like, from my perspective, I hadn't necessarily like made all of these connections yet. And I was like, I just feel so shitty and negative for like no reason. I just don't feel good. And Juno
That's a
was
real
like,
struggle, right?
yeah.
When you stream and play games, sorry to interrupt.
No, go.
When you're playing games as a job and you wake up and you're pissed about it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And, like,
I'm supposed to love this.
And-
It's horrible.
Yeah, I always, and then anger is always like one, like feeling grumpy or angry is always like a hard feeling for me because it's not one that I resonate with. I don't get angry a whole lot. I get sad long before I get angry.
Me too.
No, I'm not an angry person. Like even when I should get angry, a lot of times I just default to like I'm sad. Like my feelings are hurt.
RSD.
Yep.
And I'm just like sat in a corner.
Yep.
Mine.
Yeah. So then when I feel angry and I get like that pissy feeling, then I feel even worse because I'm like, oh, this is such a bad feel. Yeah. I like I have to work on my relationship with anger because like anger is a healthy emotion, like that can be felt healthily, and it's something that I should feel comfortable feeling, but I don't. That's a whole nother conversation. But
went to
shout out.
therapy and I was
Yep.
like, I'm my father's daughter, and she was like, why does that upset you? And I'm like, oh,
You haven't met my father.
Much to ponder.
No, much
shout
to
out to the
ponder.
girls that are just like their father. I feel you.
I'm so quick to anger.
Sorry
Yeah.
to derail.
No, I'm not. Like, it's so far. But I just want to say, like, shout out to having, like, really good friends. Because I reached out to Juno and was venting about it. And Juno was like, Diva, you're burnt out.
like,
You need to rest.
So
Juno, like, broke it down for me, like, what I did. And I was like, right.
we did the math. I was like, so you
Yeah.
actually had probably about 6 hours of rest.
So I took it easy. And so, I don't know. I think affording myself that space to, like, I took, like, 2 days off from streaming that I should have streamed. And that felt really big. There's a man in my house! Who brought him here? Can they come through the portal?
Yup. They can.
So wait, hold on. You convinced me to build a portal in my house. And you failed to mention that would bring men to my house?
They're friendly.
Are you sure they're
The one
friendly?
just killed
They're
me, by the way.
friendly.
They're not friendly.
Oh,
well,
if the piglins come through, they're not friendly.
Yeah, he is a
It's
piglin.
just the zombie pigman.
It's a pigman, and he's oinking in my house right now. Actually,
that's actually just me. If you don't mind.
He seems like he's being friendly. I don't know. He's not.
Yeah,
hitting me.
the zombie ones, they're friendly.
Oh, okay, so I can keep
Unless
him
you
as a
hit
pet.
them first, they're friendly. Yes, put him in a boat. You love him.
Oh my god,
where-
hell yeah! Let me go get a boat.
Pal, where is your house? Can I ask?
What do you mean? Where's my
Fucking
house?
tree, diva.
I mean, no, but what happened to the underground bit?
Oh, I filled that in for now.
The whole thing?
Well, no, I just like walled it off. It's still there.
Hey, go man, what was saying? Yeah, I wish I was like that. I'm so quick to anger. Like, like I don't really get sad. I just get furious.
I get sad. Like I will immediately like I'm an implosive person. I will turn it in before I turn it out. You know?
Me too.
Yeah, I assume everything's everyone else's fault. It's my natural default.
The hags go to therapy.
The hags go to therapy. Yeah, anger is an emotion I struggle with. Like even you just took my boat. 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 You took my boat.
I mean, you literally gave it to me.
I did not. I did not. You see how I sounded sad there? Not angry. No, don't take him. Don't take him. You keep him in this room.
I have to say as well, I didn't realize that you struggle with agoraphobia because I went to CBT for agoraphobia.
Really?
I had really, really bad a few years ago. Yeah. I had to leave my job because it was so bad.
Yeah, it's a big thing for me. And I mean, it's not something that I try to like highlight. It's not something like I'm the most like at peace with myself with, but it is something like I've talked about on stream and like been very open with.
It's a process.
Yeah, I don't do much. I don't leave my house. I'm not a big social person. All of my social interaction pretty much. I don't do much. You know,
you ladies and your quirks and
yeah, I really struggle with anxiety and I really struggle with leaving or like going out, being around people. It's better if I have someone with me.
Have a hobby.
Yep, God forbid.
Being
if I have
anxious.
Yeah, if I have like someone as an anchor point for me, it's easier.
Yes.
It's not necessary. It's not easy, and I might not still do it. But if I have someone, I'm more like, you know. But you know, I also understand that like having to have an emotional support person to run to the post office isn't a healthy way to navigate the world. But we're working on it, you know.
But it's a starting point. That's it.
What if we get you a nice blanket instead?
Like walk around wrapped in a blanket?
Yeah.
Oh, just wear an Oodie all the time. We should get hag Oodies.
Can we get an Oodie? Would be big for
merch.
us, I think.
I have an Oodie dressing gown, and it's like.
I feel like the logo would look cool on an hoodie.
Yes, and it's like the big size. They do like a big butty gal size, and it's so comfortable. It's so comfortable. I love it.
I would say, yeah, having an hoodie is terrible for like productivity though. Not to sound like a square, not to sound like corporate Amy, but
corporate Amelia. Hey, Queen.
Yeah, it literally. Yeah, I used to wear it all the time, and I would just like not do anything. It's so comfortable.
Love. But yeah, my agoraphobia was so bad. I remember when you have CBT, they tend to sort of give you like homework. If you haven't had CBT before, it's you work through therapy in a different way than you do with like a talk therapy. So she would set me homework every week, and I'd come in and she'd go, "Okay, how'd it go?" And my homework for that first week, I remember feeling so dumb because the first thing she told me to do was go stand in my in the door that led to my back garden. My back garden, by the way, I lived in like a Victorian townhouse, so it was like a concrete fucking platform. She was like, just go stand out there for 5 minutes, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I failed, Diva. Like I can't. And she was like, well, no, you tried. Like that's fucking huge.
She sounds like a good therapist.
She was lovely. But I feel like that's a big thing that stuck with me is progress isn't linear, and like, you know, it even relates to the conversation we've had today. Like just trying, just listening to people and trying. There's no real thing, like there's no such real thing as failing, because like you can do that again, you know, you can come back to it the next day, and it's not easy, but at least you're fucking trying. Like at least you've sat and you've listened, you've absorbed, and we're trying to do something about it. I think that's my biggest takeaway, and that's something that I realized when I'd sort of grown a frontal lobe was that realization of I'm not failing, I'm trying, and that's just as fucking important.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That saying that's like, if all you have is, you know,
Shall
30%,
we
you have
wrap up
100%.
there? Because I feel like we're at the hour mark for this now.
Oh.
Oh, love.
Yeah. Is that okay with everyone? Any more takeaways?
Should we all have a group kiss before we go?
All right. Well, I don't know where you guys are. I've not seen you the whole episode.
You have
I've
seen
been
me. You've
building a roof on
teleported
my
to
house.
me.
I built a roof. You wanna
On
see
your
my
house?
roof?
I'll come see your roof.
Yeah, thank you.
Can you put people on a leash?
Oh.
No.
Oh, come see my roof.
Yeah.
You know what I just
Yeah.
Oh, Juno, I have a gift for you, by the way.
Yes. What is it?
I'll show you in a minute.
Okay.
What do you think?
Of course.
Oh, it's cute.
That's so pretty. What is that block? I love that color.
From the
Yeah,
nether.
the warpwood forest from the nether.
Oh, I need to go harvest some of
Crimson
that because
flame.
I fuck with that.
That's
you
what
make-
I've been doing today.
How do you
I
make
have
your
some
own
stuff for you.
skins in Minecraft? I'm gonna look this up after.
Why-
Make one.
Oh,
What?
get on the horse and
Uh-huh.
then jump out.
I've been trapped in your horse hole.
Yup. I'll put him back in.
Oh, he put
Oh,
himself
got
back in.
himself.
He's such a good boy.
Oh, he's such
I
a good
love
boy.
you.
I love you too.
Oh no, I'm
Into my
stuck.
roof. Oh. Oh, he did not put himself back in. He's only a good boy for Poe.
He knows what's up.
Now Diva. He knows what's up. You know who has the strap. Do you like my roof?
Yeah, it's cute. I can't get on it though.
Ew. You see it from the inside? It's very spacious. It's giving cavernous. Like your hole.
Oh.
True. Oh no.
Well, after what I told you guys the
no.
other day, devastating.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Mortifying.
This is cute though.
Thank you. Here, Paul, I'll give you my extra.
Yippee. Wait, how did I get this? I
I
think I,
get
Great
so much
idea.
free stuff.
I stole some of your shit. Because
Yeah.
I didn't have those steps
No,
before.
you take them. You take them.
Okay. Yippee! Oh my god, that's so many. Okay. Yippee, yippee, yippee.
That's what I've been
All right,
doing
you want
all
to see
day.
your present?
Oh,
You want to
thank
see your
you.
surprise, Juno?
Yeah.
It's a throwback to our first episode. It's a throwback to our first episode.
I'm excited.
It's funny because, like, to
Is
the
it?
viewers, this is gonna feel like our our second episode. But in my
This
heart
feels
of
like our
heart, in my
third.
ass, it's our
Mhm.
third episode.
Is it going to be like an everlasting gobstopper?
Oh, you hooked a bee. Bro,
It was an impulse thing. I like.
Let him go.
I ran
Let
past
him go.
and I was like, I wonder if I can grab him.
Let him
Leash
free.
a bee. Oh, the lead broke.
No, where's my
Okay.
lead? Where's my lead? Where's my lead? I want my lead back.
My donkey.
It's my
Lead.
donkey.
Oh,
He doesn't love me
there are your
anymore.
leads.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's your boy.
Oh,
it's
take
your
the thing out of your
boy.
hand. Do it with an empty hand.
You want to give him a carrot? I have a carrot.
Oh,
Oh, wait,
Give him
no.
a carrot. Give him a
empty
carrot.
hand. There you go. Oh, now where's this Enderman?
Oh, no, I hit
You
him.
heard that?
Oh, Juno, I did hear that.
How do I give him the
Empty
carrot?
hand. Oh, maybe they don't eat carrot.
Hmm.
Maybe if he loves you, he'll let you feed him a carrot.
He does love me, look.
No, he does.
No. What the fuck? I'm
You don't
sorry.
bite. Yes, I do. Poe, when did this fucking menagerie turn up?
I told you I stayed on for ages last time we recorded and
Oh
started.
my
I did a bunch of shit.
goodness. You got like a warm weather cow in there and a warm weather fucking pig?
Yup.
Poe,
Period.
can you hook can you lead my donkey again so he
Yes.
can be put into a pen?
Yes.
Does he love you?
No, not yet. How do I make him love me?
Go make him, just keep hopping on him
Does he need-
until hearts show up. I'll go get you a saddle.
Yay.
What a
There you
beautiful
go.
way to end the episode.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. That's gorgeous.
The first thing I'm doing with the footage of this is I'm literally going to upload it to G Drive to have multiple copies of it.
That's such a good idea.
Good one, babes. I'm on my way with the saddle.
Pegging that man at the back of the bus. Put that shrimp back in your pants.
Shout out to all the men with shrimp in their pants.
With a shrimp in their pants.
Yay! Where do I keep him though?
If you put him wherever you want, you put a fence down, you can attach the lead to a fence.
If I have a
And then
fence.
he will stay. And then you can make him a stable.
Come here. Let me just do that real quick.
Ooh. Oh, I thought you had a tree growing in here. I was like,
I
oh
do.
My God, you do. Love.
I like it. Wait, actually, I built the place around the tree.
Love.
Oh, go upstairs. Have a look.
It's giving Eden Project.
Right. Have a look. See around. See what you think.
Oh, I love.
Have y'all seen that little repo guy singing I love? Have you seen that video?
No.
Oh, it lives in my head rent free. I fell in love with that meme because like I heard just like, okay, so it's like this repo, one of the little repo characters, you know how they look and you know how their mouths like open all funny. He's like laying on the ground and he's just singing the song. He's like, I love, you know, whatever. And it's really like, he actually has like a really good voice. And I thought it was really, really sweet. And I loved that meme and was eating it up. And then I saw the full video and the full video is a lot less wholesome. It's that guy singing and then the other person is like picking him up and pretending to fuck him.
Oh.
How do I unhook How do I unhook the horse?
Do you have a fence down?
Not yet, no. But like, I need to move him to be able to make.
You gotta click on the little lasso.
So if you
I'm
just
sorry.
move to. Oh, can you press Q on the lasso? Can you just like throw it up your inventory?
I don't have a lasso anymore. Apparently, it
Oh,
disappeared.
you dropped somewhere.
Oh no, try hooking it to this.
What?
To this.
I don't have the lasso. Is the issue?
You're holding it still. There you go.
Oh, it's not registering as an item on my inventory. It's just like an space.
I guess when it's looped, it doesn't. Yeah, here we go. I'll keep him away for you so you can build it.
Yeah.
Baby. Have we ended the episode?
Not yet, no. But I can edit a lot of this out. Okay, ready? I need to put it in after him. Oh wait, I haven't got like a Maybe I need a gate.
Love.
Pegging that man in the back of the bus. We should probably close out the episode though. How are we gonna close out?
I think probably.
Shout out to all the girlies, all the guys, all the gays that make gaming a safe space. We love you and we appreciate you for listening to this conversation we've been having. Go have those conversations, even if it's uncomfortable, or just go listen. It's important. And if you are making any kind of positive movement, you're in the right place, you're in the right direction. And we love you for it. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out, y'all. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for joining us for this conversation. We hope to see you next week. We hope to see you next episode. I won't say week because I don't want to tie us into a time frame. We're fickle little girlies. But we hope to see you.
Sorry for losing the footage.
We're sorry for that. Lost, this is
Everyone
worse
blame my D drive.
This is
Shout
worse
out
than
Juno's D drive.
Library of Alexandria, I fear.
She was in fact.
Finding at the Library of Alexandria has nothing on us.
Nothing. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, so. Anyway, we appreciate you guys. Yeah, we hope to see you
Wait,
next
should we
time.
do group kiss first?
Yeah, group kiss,
Yes.
group kiss. I think we should sign off with like also like my name is, like one of those.
Should we say where you can find us and then it'll be in the description?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love.
Well, Luna, go first.
Oh my god, he just teleported far.
Okay, understood.
I'm Luna, your decrepit old hag. You can find me at LunaJPEG pretty much ever on the internet. I stream pretty infrequently, but if you want to see me when I'm streaming, I post about it on Twitter. I'm going to start posting about it on Blue Sky. I posted in my Discord as well, but my link tree is link.tree/LunaJPEG. You can find me there, and it'll be in the description as well. Juno?
I am Juno, a slice of cheese. You can find me streaming very occasionally at twitch.tv JunoBombuno. Other than that, I'm on Red Note as well. If anyone's on Red Note,
Love.
speaking in Mandarin occasionally, and also just posting lots of selfies of myself.
Yes, come find us on TikTok.
Yeah, and TikTok both are Juno Bombino as well, and I'm also on Discord, but I'm not going to give you that because that's for me to know and you to not know.
For you to never find out.
Alrighty, y'all. And my name is Poe. I am your pink Haguette. And you can find me in a couple different places. You can find me streaming live Thursdays through Mondays on Twitch over at twitch.tv/almost_Poe. That's POE. Or over on TikTok at Almost Poetic. Or over on YouTube at Almost Poe. I don't have the TikTok name for Almost Poe yet, but I'm gonna commit a murder.
We're getting there.
We're gonna get there.
Happen.
I just gotta kill the other account, and then
it's not gonna be legal, but we'll get it done.
But we'll get it done, and that's what really matters. Girls get it done.
Also, peek at Poe's account soon for a beautiful video of Peanuts Fox bald.
Bald!
Shaven that I'm editing.
Okay, everyone, come here. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ready? 3,
3, 2, 1.
Mwah!
See you next time, mamas.
See you.
Woo!
Done.